3, 2, 1, go. Okay, here we go. Well, today it was Thursday, obviously. Oh, high-end Cody. Oh, okay. Anyway, so I'm using OBS to capture my screen. I can close some of this stuff. I'm just going to go. That's fine. And then, I don't know. No. Okay. So, I can't even use a computer anymore. Alright, so I've been away for a while. I've been busy with some stuff. And, I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy. My Dragoon. It's been a lot of fun. I want to do more stuff in Final Fantasy, but that's not the point. So, World of Warcraft Legion. And guess who's back? Illidan is back. This is all this stuff here. Don't worry about that. You guys can come to here. I'll put a link in the description below, and I have MMO Champions also to use for some info. But anyways, as I was saying before, so Warcraft Legion. The Legion is pissed. They have sent Gul'dan to Azeroth to open a portal into Tomb of Sargeras so they can bring the biggest Legion army we have ever seen. And they're going to kill us. I believe Blizzard has already said they're fucking crazy powerful and this, that, and cinematic. And you can also opt into the beta if you're already on the beta. So anyways, moving on. Let's start with, let the hunt begin. The Tomb of Sargeras has reopened and the demons of the Burning Legion are pouring into our world. Their full, terrifying might is fixed on summoning the Dark Titan to Azeroth, and they already located the key to his return. So, who is the Dark Titan of Azeroth? I believe it's Sargeras, if I'm not mistaken. He's the only guy I know that was a Titan that went, like, cuckoo. He's like... And so, the Alliance are devastated. Only you take up the Warcraft's most legendary artifacts. We'll get into artifacts, which is pretty cool. You scour Broken Isles, which is the new content. We're getting that later, too. Of relics of the Titans. And the main story is basically when we get to these isles, we have to get these relics to summon the Titans. We're summoning the Titans, which I find crazy. It sounds cool. And to challenge the Legion before Azeroth's Last Hope dies. So basically, Legion is here in massive amounts of numbers, so much it's not even funny. You know, they keep pouring demons on us, demons, because they're infinite. They can't die. They can, but they come back. It's like you kill. It's like a Chimera or a Hydra or whatever. You cut one head off, 2 more spawn. You know, that keeps happening. So let's talk about what's first. What is first? The new hero class. Stalk your prey as the Demon Hunter, and I'm excited. I've been wanting this class for the longest time. I have always enjoyed this. I play Heroes of the Storm. I have Illidan at level 10, and I have my problems with them in Heroes, but here I'm fine. This is cool. Okay, so what can a Demon Hunter be? So here's some abilities that they have. So Demon Hunters are going to have Metamorphosis. They're going to have Special Sight, which I find awesome. This is why they're blind, is for this reason, is Spectral Sight. Now, in-game, you're obviously not going to be blind. You're going to see what you normally see, how you normally see, because, and you can see people that hide behind objects and people who are stealth. So you can see things like druids and rogues who are sitting in stealth like a bunch of nerds, and you can open up on them. Then they have Metamorphosis form. You pop that and you're like, I'm crazy, raw, deal massive damage. There's a second spec, we'll get into that. We'll get into the specs here in a second. And Unrivaled Mobility, Demon Hunters can double jump, vault in and out of combat. It seems like that's their gig. Their gig, like, how Death Knights have Death Grip, and, they have Death Grip. And then Monks have Roll. And Demon Hunters have double jump. And then they have, like, abilities that can vault in and out of combat. And, So here is their Vengeance, which is tanking. Kind of weird, right? They're a leather tank, so we have another leather tank. We have, I'll get into more of that here in a second. So this is Vengeance form. This is their Metamorphosis Vengeance. This is the tank spec. So we really don't know their abilities right now. There's some we know, but we don't know most of them. And so this is Vengeance. This is a Night Elf. Female Night Elf. And Vengeance looks fucking crazy. I like it. 10 out of 10 would play. And then this is kind of their normal form of a close-up. You got the blindfolds, you got the green eyes, you got the blindfold where you can't see anything. This is all this stuff that I believe the tattoos are customizable, the blindfolds are customizable, the horns are customizable. And so now you're asking, well, what races are these guys going to be? This is the DPS form. This is Havoc form. It kind of looks like Illidan more than Vengeance form. And so what races can be Demon Hunter? Well, what races can be Demon Hunters are Night Elf and Horde. Or Night Elf and Horde. Well, Night Elf and Blood Elf. Only elves can be it, so you only have Night Elf and Blood Elves. Obviously, they have the unrivaled mobility. They can jump in and out. The picture looks pretty cool. And then Metamorphosis, where you just go crazy. And they're obviously a melee class, and then Spectral Sight. They're a melee damage dealer and tank. So we have another tank. Oh, joy to the world! More tanks! Yay! And then standard, energy, health, cool. Available armor, cloth, leather, probably mainly leather. Available weapons: they can use daggers, fist weapons, one-handed axes, one-handed maces, one-handed swords. We'll talk about. I feel like this is going to be needed because we're going to be using, Warglaives. So Demon Hunter talents, they're not quite here yet, but their specializations are obviously Havoc and Vengeance. And, let's see here. Is there a good, sort of like a good picture. Okay, so here's like some of the different Demon Hunters. You can, shorter than the other guy. You can have different horns, obviously. You can have scale. You can have scaly. Have feet. You can hide. I believe it looks like you can have chest pieces or not, which is cool. You got the pants, obviously. I feel like we should be able to hide belts as Demon Hunters too. It looks kind of goofy. Like you have the nice red belt, or at least it matches the kind of the tone of their skin, except for that guy. What else? Here's more of like an in-game look at Demon Hunters. Not too bad. Obviously, she's missing a weapon because they're going to be dual wielding. So thank God. Okay, here we go. Here's a more better look at their forms here. This is Havoc's form. This is Havoc form in game. If you were to say, I guess, a male blood elf. Maybe it'll look different for everyone. Obviously, it probably will. And then here is this kind of looks like if Diablo was in World of Warcraft. Obviously he had pants on too. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And it looks badass. That's Vengeance form, and this is Havoc form once again. Havoc is more like Illidan. Vengeance is just tank spec. So then there's that. So that's Demon Hunters. All that stuff. And now we come on to artifacts. Wield weapons of unimaginable power. So, what does that mean? Well, that means we get weapons that are going to be super strong. And as I said in the thing, they're like, the Legion is here. They're very powerful. We're going to need powerful weapons. More powerful than ever. So, what's one of the weapons? Well, Paladins get an Ashbringer. Congratulations, Paladins. You got your wish. You're finally getting your Ashbringer. Now, you think, everyone gets it? Yes, everyone's getting this. You get this weapon right off the bat at the start of the expansion. As soon as you hit that leveling zone, they're like, you gotta go get your artifact weapon. It's like, what? Now, you think that's kind of silly, but we'll get more in depth in these here in a second. So, artifact weapons, Paladins get an Ashbringer. Obviously, you get nice little broken Ashbringer here, or like, this is like, I think it's like his final, like, there's like, it's kind of, I just got the weapon. Looks nice, and then there is the there's this is like the corrupted Ashbringer form, as it was called somewhere. I just thought it was like called corrupted, and this seems like it. But if they were going to do a corrupted Ashbringer, they should give it the actual corrupted Ashbringer skin. But then again, that was a weapon back in vanilla. So you guys get a purified Ashbringer, which kind of weird. So then here's, I believe this is Blood Death Knight, because this is all like red and bloody and that kind of stuff. And nice background, by the way. I know where that background is. I know where Death Knights are going. And then he's like a badass scythe, and then this is pretty cool. And then this is like its master's form. It's like master skin, I guess you can say. And this is mage. I don't know if this is going to be arcane or frost, or fire even, but I think it's going to be arcane. It looks like more of an arcane-ish weapon. There's a reason for that, because there's a fire weapon later on that I'm going to get to. There's more weapons that they have. They don't have this many on the other page. There's like, so this is, I think it's like arcane. This is this form. So each of these weapons have different customizable forms. I think they are. They're all going to have the same, and all here's a bell. This is the Mistweaver staff that Mistweavers are going to get. There, each of these are influenced by the race, their Pandaren gods. I guess I forgot what they were. The Pandaren, Zuen, the Crane guy, the Ox dude. I don't know if there's going to be an Ox one. That might be a Brewmaster only thing though. There might be maybe. Who knows? Maybe they'll do it for all 3 specs. Now this is going to be a weapon for that spec only. And then there is the Hunter bow. So this is the Windrunner bow, which is pretty cool. It's kind of meh, This is probably, out of all of these, like right now, this is kind of the looking one to me. But then again, we're hunters. We get shafted on everything, except for damage. We're like we get shafted on a lot of things. But, this is one of them. So the final form bow looks pretty cool. This looks okay. I'm not a big fan of it. And then this looks pretty cool. There's a bow that I've been chasing for months now. It's the bow drops out of Karazhan. It's like the red one. But if I could get this instead, I would. Because I play Hunter and WoW. But I might be switching to Demon Hunter. I'm hoping. So now there's some more artifact stuff here. There's some notes here. As I said, there's gonna be one for each specialization. You start out by seeking the one for your spec. I guess once you get your spec, you can get your other specs too. Ret Paladins get Ashbringer, Death Knights. Frost Death Knights will get like Frostmourne shards that become a pair of rune blades, which is pretty cool. We'll look at those in a second. You earn power just by simply doing stuff. Very simple, They have a trait tree, which is going to be pretty cool. There's some interesting stuff, or some interesting couple. They only show 2 off. Some of them are simple damage increases. Some bring a new utility, as Death Knights can resurrect themselves, which is pretty fucking cool. It's like, oh, I just spit all over my screen. The base weapons has a look we all know and love, and then we have variants where you can have like a Fire Ashbringer, or a Shadow Ashbringer, or a Lightning Ashbringer. The Mistweaver staff. Mistweavers will go to Pandaria, and variants of have influences by Crane or Shaw or Zuen or other people. And then you get a Fire Blade for Fire Mages. The Eagle Spear it's new to the lore, and it's a high mountain torn weapon for survival hunters. This I'm going to talk about here for a second here. I play hunters, and right now survival hunters is literally the worst spec in the game. It's not very powerful. Marksman outbeats it, even Beast Mastery does. So why give survival hunters a spear when we use bows, right? There is the bow, as I showed. I'll show us. Let me get the spear. Hold on, let's find the spear. Where's the spear? Here. So here's the spear, and this is what the spear looks like. The left form, the left form is its first as soon as you get it. The right form is when it's fully powered, and then these 3 other forms are different things. You can get a new form in PvP, which we'll talk about the new PvP system in a minute. And it's like, well, what does that mean for survival? Are they going to completely rechange survival to be a melee spec hunter? No way. Or maybe all 3 hunter specs are getting a staff of their own, and they just have it as a look. It looks pretty, and then you have your bow because the staff looks pretty cool. That's survival's gig right now. So I don't know. Artifacts, and then you got Icebringer and Soul Reaper, which look like this. They obviously will look the same. Maybe hoping what you can do is change each one of them. So maybe you want Icebringer to look like the actual kind of, it's like an frozen its ice sword, and then you can have Soul Reaper maybe look like the middle one, or the one on the kind of closer to the right, and then the end of the right. So you could have it maybe look like this one or this one, and then maybe you can have them interchangeable, or you can have them look the same. That's what I'm hoping for dual wielders. They can change how they want it to look. We'll see if there's a system for that. Obviously, here's Doomhammer and Ashbringer. This is your artifact weapons as a paladin and shaman. Where is Doomhammer? Here's Doomhammer. So here's Doomhammer. Obviously, Thrall currently holds Doomhammer, He currently holds Doomhammer, so is he just going to hand us Doomhammer? I don't know what he's going to do with it. You know, it's like, oh, you heroes are more powerful than I have ever been. Here's Doomhammer. Yay, maybe that's what's going to happen. And obviously you got Doomhammer's final form, kind of I guess a felon corrupted Doomhammer, a fire and corrupted Doomhammer, and a kind of cool meh looking Doomhammer. I actually like this one. This one's pretty cool. This is really good. Like, these are really good. A lot of these look really good. Here's the Fire Mage one. This is like a blade. You know, this one. These all look pretty good now. Some of these you can get from PvP, from PvE, and probably some other things that you have to do. And then what else is there? Let's see. Doomhammer, Fang of the Night Saber. Okay, so this is interesting. So, just as like Feral Druid, this is obviously now a highly. They have remade Feral Druid's form. It may not look different, but it's been updated. So I don't know. It actually does. Maybe. Whew. Okay. So, anyways, so this is the Fangs of the Night. Wait a minute. That's not right. Yeah. Feral Druids, you get your own little things, and so you get, this is probably like its final form. So you're always armored, or you can get a Spectral. So now Feral Druids get different forms. I'm hoping they bring back the Fire Druid form too. Well, it's still in the game, but I'm hoping they put it in the game. And so, this is like, oh, so, Fangs of the Night Saber. What? Oh, okay. So, they're like, haha, just kidding. You can customize your form. Same thing with Guardian too. Guardian will have the same thing. They'll get different pair forms, different, again, customizable ways. So the artifact weapons are very customizable. It can look different to how anyone wants it, really. I think there is a picture of it somewhere. I thought they had talent trees. Here we go. This is nothing. So this is like their talent trees here. So obviously you get Echo of the High Lord when you use Templar Verdict or Divine Storm. Ashspring will remember that action after 2 seconds. So it sounds like it'll deal the same damage, so that's pretty cool. You got little abilities here, so it looks like they're bringing back the talent tree system in forms of artifact weapons, which is really awesome. And I'm hoping they make the artifact weapons even more powerful, in the expansion to follow, because they have this lined up for years, as long as it doesn't die out. Here we go. So obviously here is Icebringer and Soul Reaper. Again, I'm hoping for, if you have a dual wielding, you're able to interchange how you want certain things. So there's a Rise and Serve. Raise Ally now restores all health and mana. So now you get all your... So I bet you Druids will have one too, unless it already does that. Upon death, the Death Knight can now raise himself. So if a Death Knight dies, he's just like, boop. So, it's basically a Soul Stone. He has a talent that gives him a Soul Stone on his weapons, which is pretty cool. And I hope these artifact weapons last throughout the expansion, eventually become very powerful legendary weapons for everyone. Now, a lot of you some of you are wondering, isn't this like the relic weapons from Final Fantasy? Not exactly. It is a little bit different. The relic weapons didn't have talent trees and all that stuff, and yeah, but these get more powerful as you use them. The relic weapons, you just kind of did quests and grinded out stuff, and they became more powerful. They came a little higher. So this will probably happen to these too. I think that's it. Okay, so here's like the customization thing here. You got the Ashbringer, you got the Purified Ashbringer, and you got a Flaming Ashbringer, a Corrupted, and a Shatter. So we'll get to this in a second. This is in a little area that could talk about. So it looks like you can unlock different colors by making the sword. I bet you the sword gets stronger. This unlocks and this unlocks, and you probably earn these in another way. There's some other ways to earn stuff. So let me see here. Is that it for artifacts? That's it for artifacts, basically, right? All right. So what else is there? Here's some more like Demon Hunter pictures. Like here's what Blood Elves look like. So you got different blindfolds again. So male Blood Elf. Again, he's got like these. All this is custom. I believe tattoos are customizable. Horns are customizable. That's customizable. I don't know about pants. Maybe this is what they wear forever. They have the usual stuff. Let's see what's coming up next. Exploring the Broken Isles. Okay, so the Broken Isles. My God, I talked a lot about. Exploring the Broken Isles is the zone we're going to. So here's what it is. You got the Broken Shore, Shamar, Stormhelm, High Mountains, this area, and then Asha. And I think the Nagar here or something. The Nagar is in this expansion too. So in these zones, you got this is the area being corrupted by the Emerald Nightmare. This area's got deadly beasts. Also, Nessingware is going to be here in the High Mountain, which is kind of cool. Stormhelm. I think this is where like these. If you remember the Valkyrie from Northern are here, but they're different. They're different here, which is really cool. And so then there's this place. I don't know. I forgot what exactly was in this place. So let's see. Is there a thing? I should have probably had this all prepared. Dungeons and Raids. I guess we can talk about Dungeons and Raids on this too, since there's not. Oh yeah. So there's also the Pillars of Creation is what we're going after. This is how we're going to summon the Titans. We need to find the Pillars of Creations to summon. I believe they said to summon Titans or something, and Ashbringer, Doomhammer are obviously going to be that. Class orders, we'll get to it here in a second. We got to find a way to burn the Legion. Demon Hunters are going to help out with that. We'll see the Prison of Shardum, which I believe where all demons were held, and then we go to the Vaults of the Wardens. I believe you do that. Shardum is where you go as a demon hunter. Illidan sends you there. This little story is pretty cool. So I will go back to Demon Hunters. I forgot to talk about this. What happens is when you first make your Demon Hunter, you appear in Illidan in Black Temple, and he's like, "Send me. I'm going to send you on a suicide mission." You're basically Suicide Squad. He's like, "I'm going to send you on a suicide mission to Shardum, and you're probably not going to come back. You're going to die." And Illidan sends us off, and we're gone. And I guess we get captured or something because we end up in or we have to go save Illidan, or Gul'dan leads us to Illidan, and he's like, and he shows him, "I have corrupted your leader," and we're like, "No, damn you all, curse you, Gul'dan," and then Gul'dan's like, so what else is there? Dalaran, the Kirin-Tor. Dalaran is now the main hub of the expansion. Again, I'm hoping they revamp Dalaran. I'm hoping Dalaran has been revamped, highly polyed, more polygons, more stuff all around. There's all kinds of things going on there. You got soldiers running up and down Dalaran, doing all kinds of stuff. People walking. You got, I guess Jaina's probably not going to be there because I think Khadgar was like, "Let's go, Dalaran." And also a lot of you guys, a lot of people, these guys are back. I don't even know who they are. I should have looked it up before I did, but everyone's like, "Woo!" I don't know. They're major lore characters that everyone's wondering where they've been. There's the Pillar of Creations that we have to get. I was right. You got to raise Queen Ashura. So Queen Ashura is going to play probably, I'd say, not a major role in this expansion, but a very minor role. And then we'll finally beat back the Legion, and we'll be like, "Oh God, I'm already thinking about this expansion after this. This one is not even out yet, But maybe that's another time. That's later in the future, hopefully. We're going to, we probably start off. We probably start off in Dalaran. We're in Dalaran. Khadgar's like, "Let's fucking do this!" And he hits a button, and Dalaran just goes, "Boom!" And we just end up right in the middle of the Legion. We're like, "Whoa, whoa!" And then so we go to Stormhelm. We're the Valkyrie that left North 1,000 years ago. We'll learn more about them. We'll go to Azua, where Queen Ashura will be racing Queen Ashura for Pillars of Creation. We'll go to High Mountain, the home of the High Mountain Taurens. Do they have a picture of the High Mountain Taurens? It doesn't look like it. Damn. Oh, poo. High Mountain Taurens. This is the High Mountain here. I don't have a picture of the Taurens, but they look pretty badass. And then here is this is Night Elf area here. This is the Velashar. This is where the corruption of the Emerald Nightmare is. Someone's releasing upon it. We'll get to who's doing that in a second. And then here's Ashura, Asuna, and again, this is where Night Elves were. This area is very night elfy or very elven. I guess not night elfy, very elven. It's a very elven place. You know, Stormhelm is going to probably be very Valkyrie because, you know, the Valkyrie are there and they're like, "Yo, dog, what's up?" Hanging out. You know, here, here's where this is what is it called? Shardum again? Shardum. This is Shardum, so this is where you go as a demon hunter, and then you end up here. You probably get captured or something. Magic, oh, fucking no. Whatever. We'll find out. Well, eventually, hopefully. What is this? I've never seen this picture. Oh, yeah, this is the Titans. This looks like Sargeras might be shattering our planet. I got it in half, a real wing. So, do they have... I don't think they have... So, this is the Titans that we're going to summon to help us stop the Legion. So we have to find the Pillars of Creation, and that is kind of the main storyline of the beginning, at least. So here we go. So here's kind of the like a map with the names and not as good looking. You have Dalaran, and then you have the Death Knight. You got this little island here. You got the Death Knight area. What are the Death Knights doing here? They're like, "Hi, Dalaran, what the fuck?" You know, and then you got this place and then this place. Oh man, is this? Hold on a second. Huh? Oh, that's right there. Wait, yeah, it's right there. No, wait a minute. Huh? Am I missing something here? What is this? Like, what? How come I didn't see this before? Like, there's clearly something missing. This isn't clearly done. There's something missing here, and there's like a little island here, but what is this place? Wait a minute. Have they already fucked up? Alright, so something's missing here. There's a continent here, unless the Broken Shore is actually both of these, but it doesn't... Something... I guess one of these maps isn't finished. There's Dalaran, and it's not showing... Obviously, it's not showing the Death Knight city, or not the Death Knight city, the Death Knight area, and then it's not showing... okay, so one of these maps isn't finished. This one's probably like, obviously, so, okay, well, that's interesting. Came across that. So, obviously, there's that one area. Did they talk about that area? No, they don't. God damn it, Blizzard. Find that picture again. So, they don't talk about this area. This area I just discovered. Oh, here we go. So, it's here. This is the Broken Shore. This is Dalaran. What? So I guess they don't have any info on the doll, whatever place, unless it's going to be where a raid is. Hold on here. Nah, I don't talk about it. Okay, whatever. So High Mount Torrens are dudes with like sick, nasty horns, and they don't have a picture of them. And then Samar is right here. This has a new type of elves that, has a new race of elves formed of old race elves. They've lived there for 10,000 years, and they have flourished due to their magical abilities. They're like stupid. They've become pawns, and they have the rest of Lilic, and we have to kill them all, which kind of sucks because that could have been a new neutral race if they looked cool. Have to kill their guard and then Gul'dan. So obviously, to get this last pillar, we have to kill Gul'dan, and Gul'dan is not the main bad guy. So it's not an orc. It's not an orc. It's not an orc-infested expansion anyways, so we're good on that one. So obviously, Broken Isles, and then the tomb. It's also the Tomb of Sargeras. So, it's got a gateway to Endless Legion World. So Legion are just gonna come pouring in. Okay. So is that okay? So let's talk about raids and dungeons. I'll come to these guys in a second. Raids and dungeons. Dungeons are going to become more of a central MMO experience. They are central to the MMO experience, obviously, and they want us to run more of them instead of doing them for a month and saying "fuck you." So, Halls of Valor are high up in the clouds. It's up there in the clouds. I think they have a picture of it. It's not that. It's this. Okay. So this is the Halls of Valor. This is the dungeon. Obviously, it looks pretty cool. It's high up in the clouds. I'm guessing it's where the Valkyrie believe where they die. This is where they go, and they're like, oh, boo boo boo, and oh my god, I've been talking for 30 minutes. No one's gonna watch this. This is great. So that's that, and then there is the Vault of the Warden. You go there. Hold on, where'd the dungeons go? So Highs of Velen, and then you have Black Rock Hold. It's a max level dungeon. It was a bull mark against the Legion, carved out of mountains and forest. A shadow fell upon it, so you fight your way through to solve this problem. And then you have Vaults of the Warden, Return to the Demon Hunter Prison, where you began the hunt for Illidan. So, something. I have to cut on that out. Alright, anyways, and we're back. Sorry. Right into an issue. But, that's fine. So, I'll fix that. So, where we leave off at? Vault of the Wardens. It's the prison where Illidan was held, and from the little CGI trailer they showed, little teaser. That's not the actual thing, anyways. I should mention that the CGI teaser they showed is not part of the actual CGI trailer. So, the CGI cinematic. It's not a trailer; it's a cinematic. Then we have Eye of Ashura, Dragonheart Thick, Nephalon's Lair, and High Helm. High Helm takes place on a ghost ship sailing through the sea. Sounds pretty cool. And then Skosmar City, the city of night. So it sounds like you're going to be doing some night fighting. Eye of Ashura, don't know what that is. Dark Thicket, I believe that's an area that's corrupted by the Emerald Nightmare, and we got to cut our way through and turn off. Nephalon's Lair, or Netherland's Lair is. You want to take a guess who it is? It was Deathwing. That's where he was. That's where he hung out before he was corrupted, obviously. And so we have to go there and take it for some reason. Violet Hold. If you remember, there was a dungeon for Violet Hold back in. Looks like they're gonna. I guess I don't know if they're gonna revamp it or what, but it's back. So it's gonna give us some secrets, some deep secrets here are awakened by the Burning Isles. Of the Burning Isles. Can we change it from Broken Isles to Burning Isles? Thanks, Blizz. Thank you, Heart. And then we have it's gonna show. We're gonna learn more about the origins of Dalaran, the mages of Dalaran, and the world itself. Pretty cool. Okay, so now the Emerald Nightmare. This is a 7 raid boss where players, we've always wanted to see the Emerald Dream. Personally, yes, I have too, but I kind of wanted to be in its own expansion so I could experience more. We climb into the tree and we cross into the dream. So maybe we're just in the dream. I believe they said Sarah's going to be there, and a few other people are going to be there. And then Skosmar Palace, 10 bosses, home to the Nightwell, which is obviously the center power of Skosmar's power. Face off against Gul'dan. You start in the catacombs. They said it's going to be more like Black Temple. It's going to be like Black Temple. You work your way up to the Nightwell and Gul'dan. He can't run away this time. Not a green orc raid. It's a royal elven city, which is fucking sweet. I'm looking forward to that. And so yeah, dungeons and raids. We'll get to class orders, and there's the PvP system after we talk about who's going to be in this one. Okay, so here's Meve Shadow Song. She's the chick that's like, oh, Illidan, captured Illidan, threw him in prison. And then he escaped from prison, and then she chased him all the way to Black Temple, and she's all like, oh, Illidan, and Illidan's like, you have defeated me, oh, blah. And then she's like, taking his ass back to prison. So took him back to prison, apparently. So that's her, she took, like, us. I guess we came back, and she's like, all the heroes have hearthed out and left, and we appear, and we're like, uh-oh, as Demon Hunters appeared, and she's like, come here, and throws him in prison, and that's where we start in prison. And then this is the guy that is corrupting. I believe this is the guy, who is corrupting Velsharar by tainting the World Tree and spreading the Emerald Nightmare corruption in the real world, which is very bad. So this guy we kill in the Emerald Dream. Anduin has grown up. He's older now. Looks like he's not looking. He don't look like he's quite finished. He needs like a little goatee or something. Can't be reasoned with. So he's gonna play probably a major role. And then Tide Mistress. She's one of, it looks like Queen Masher's lieutenants or generals or whatever. And she is sent to probably she's probably Queen Ashura probably sends her out to stop us from getting that Pillar of Creations. Because I'm pretty sure the Legions knocked on Ashura's door and said, "Hey, these guys are trying to get this. Can you stop them in any way possible?" She's like, "Sure." Greymane's going to play a role. Who knows? You probably have noticed by now, but we'll talk about that. So Greymane plays a role in this expansion too. Don't know what he's going to do. I'm pretty sure there's going to probably play some parts back on Eastern Kingdoms or something. Gilneas. We're going to fight for Gilneas for absolutely some reason. Maybe this is now. Maybe it's later. This guy is the... looks like we might be working with the High Mountain Torn, which would be pretty cool. They look badass too. And obviously you got your Khadgar guy, Khadgar. You got Gul'dan once again. You got Sylvanas Windrunner. Mala doesn't look quite finished yet. I'm hoping they fix her up a little bit. She needs a little bit of fixing. Otherwise, she's playing a role. I think her and Greymane are going to be doing something either against each other or together. And then here is Illidan's beautiful new model, and dude's been working out. I mean, look at his freaking chest. He's like, oh man, they need to proportion him a little bit better. But we believe in the cinematic teaser, Gul'dan enslaves Illidan, because Illidan is part demon and he does have part of Gul'dan's power. So we believe when we kill Gul'dan, Illidan comes on his redemption quest, or Illidan Stormrage, the betrayer, betrays Gul'dan, and he's like, I'm joining the good guys, and he joins the good guys, and then he fights alongside of us. And then there's some media, there's a little wallpaper, you can look at all that fancy shit. Now, the expansion features, I got some stuff out here. So this is just, I'll link all this stuff that I used. So the new continent, obviously, a new class. Demon Hunters are a hero class. I don't know what level they start at. I believe they said, though, they're coming right out of the gate. When you're done with your little starting zone area, you come right out the gate. You're going straight to the Legion. So you're going straight to the Broken Isles, which is pretty cool. You need artifact weapons, very customizable weapons, hopefully. Class-specific orders and halls, so we'll get to that. New dungeons and raids, of course. New world bosses, don't know what those are yet. Level cap is 110. Revamped PvP system, get to that. Transmog system. They haven't talked about that yet. Improved social features. Character boost, you can raise the character to 100 if you don't have everything at 100 already, like I do. And iPhone. You have a brand new PvP system. So there's a transmog thing somewhere around here. So they have improved a transmog system. I need to collect item appearances and save your favorite outfits without sacrifice. I can't speak English. I'm sorry. Sacrificing precious bag space. Okay, 10 out of 10. Awesome. So yeah, there's that, and you can now. So maybe now we can learn this piece of gear, and I'm hoping it's account bound because I have some transmogs and some characters that I like on other characters. I just don't have the gold for it. So expensive, and then you can obviously opt into beta. Just simple by clicking on it, and you can opt in. If you're already opt in, you're already opt in. Now let's talk about class orders. What are the class orders? Well, the odds are fighting, but as classes we can band together. So these will be heavily focused on our class identity. You lead the class order. Order halls are base of operations for your class. You share them with other players of your class. Only goddamn OBS crashed again. Sorry about that. All right, I don't know why OBS keeps crashing. I need to fix that problem. I'm not even recording 60 FPS, because I only live stream 30 when I do. So halls will be located in appropriate themed areas. Shamans will be a cave near the maelstrom. You shamans get a fucking cave. Get out of here. Paladins get to be under Light Hope's chapel. Pretty cool. Warlocks get to be in a Legion portal world. That's pretty neat. You get special quests and you work on your weapon here. So obviously you can upgrade your weapon there, or you can change it there. And maybe the special quests will unlock certain things. This is your class hall. You have a hall of champions and evolution of followers, but this time around you weren't raising an army, but a small group. Some will establish characters. They will be more integrated with the world. They won't do things instead of you, but help you accomplish things. They discover areas for you to investigate. You work alongside them, and rather than sending out on missions. So basically, you probably send them. He said you'd send them out to scout an area, and then something will appear there, and they say, hey, there's something here, and then you would go check it out, which I find that's what a garrison should be. You should be able to send your followers. That's what the garrison should have been. You should send your followers, and they scout this area out, and they say, hey, there's something here. You should go check it out, and you explore this area, and there's like things to do and all that. And so yeah, that's class orders, and then the new honor system. So obviously the honor system gearing plays much of a factor in the game, but hopefully not anymore. So now there's a PvP talent system and a PvE talent system. So you unlock more and more, giving you more options to PvP. So I believe there is a picture of the talent system. So this is level 1. So then, for instance, this guy here, he's like, I'm in full blues. I just hit fucking level 100. But I have my problem with this. And my problem with this is this, like, right here. So they're showing last season's gear to like current season's gear, and it's like no. You should put either last season's purples or this season's blues and all that. So that's my problem. That they said this guy's 80% different. Of course this guy's gonna be more powerful because he has current season gear and this guy doesn't. But then that doesn't really help. So let's go on to the talent system here. So this is like the new little talent system, and you can unlock. It's gonna be right there. Are glyphs gone? Huh? Looks like they might have removed the glyph system. Okay, I'm fine with that. So I don't think they have a better picture. So you obviously you get your gladiators medallion, which I guess is just going to be a trinket. So maybe they'll change the human trinket in a way that'll be cool. And this looks like shaman. Yeah, this is the shaman talent tree here. Only apply one bonus per row. Oh, okay. So each of these is its own talent. So obviously you can unlock all of these, and then you can pick one per row. That makes sense. So here's some things. Abolish magic is a disc priest thing. And they brought back necrotic strike, but it replaces scourge strike. So that's pretty cool. You got mind quickness. You got this ability here. You got adoption. So they're bringing the mop talent style system into PvP. So you get your talents, and then you also get honor talents that probably only work in PvP. Maybe these talents don't even work, so who knows? I think, is that it? Is honor system? Oh, okay. So yeah, there's a little bit more to it. I'm sorry. So then there's this. You gain prestige, or you gain ranks, and when you hit max level, they've totally taken this from Call of Duty. It's a great idea. It would keep people playing the game. You're like, boom, I'm level 50. Okay, and then you max out level 50, and you can click that prestige button, and you can lose all of your honor bonuses, and you can earn them again. Now, are they going to add a system where it gets, as soon as you hit, you do it once, it gets a little bit faster, and you do it again, you unlock bonus stuff. So, when it comes in, you can unlock certain weapons or certain customizable weapons for your weapon, right? You got monk thing, paladin, doom hammer, death knight, and fire mage, and you prestige. I don't know how many times you can prestige. It'd probably be 5, maybe even a little bit more than that. Honestly, you can also unlock you can put little portraits by your name. So instead of having the alliance symbol, you can have a little sword or a sword and shield, or double swords, or golden swords and shield. Yeah, and then you have PvP mounts. These mounts right here, you can get these through prestiging. So now you can have the RBG mounts of a different color without having to do RBGs. So now you can just grind out honor. You can grind out your honor level by doing a PvP. Obviously, it's an honor system. So obviously you do battlegrounds, probably arenas, RBGs, world PvP, and if they make a world zone, of like a PvP zone like Ashran, hopefully they make it better. You can obviously, do that, and that'll level you up. That's about it. Yeah. So, here's another like crappy picture. You got Death Knight weapon. You got this might be a druid thing. I don't know. This might be a fist weapon. I don't know who's gonna use fist weapons. You got like a sword and the war glaives. Looks okay. Maybe it's not a bow. Maybe it's a bow. Who knows? But it looks more like a war glaive. So yeah, that's about it. I'm talking 46 minutes now, and half of this footage I probably have to cut out. So I believe that's it. Is that it? That's it for the expansion? Yeah. So obviously the expansion set, it's World of Warcraft Legion. That's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to comment if I missed anything. Otherwise, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed just my thoughts and how I feel about this expansion's reveal. I can't wait for BlizzCon to see more. I guess they were talking more on Sunday also. So we'll see about Sunday, see what they announce on Sunday. They'll probably talk more about Demon Hunters and more about some of these zones and some more of these dungeons. I'm really interested in the Eye of Ashura dungeon. I'm hoping Ashura is not in that dungeon. I'm hoping it's that Tide lady. So